Hi, this is Brandy Maynard. Thank you so much for allowing me to come and spend some time with you today. So today we're talking about Logan, and I want to talk through how I would respond to the question prompt that you had given me about coaching him. Young teachers like Logan who might be resistant to embracing DEI and CRTL practices in their classroom need to be approached with a thoughtful and empathetic approach. And I do that in my coaching, first and foremost, creating a safe environment for them where they feel like they're heard, they're listened to, and that the coaching conversations are going to be built on trust and in a mutual respect for one another, as well as a high level of confidentiality. So what's said inside of our coaching sessions stays inside of our coaching sessions and helps to build them so that they can be the teacher that they want to be. And by setting this foundation, it creates a space where the teacher, in this case Logan, will feel comfortable sharing his thoughts and concerns with me. If that trust is broken, then there's no chance that we're going to be able to get to that point, and that's where you want to be as a coach. So to help Logan understand the importance of DEI and CRTL practices, I'd focus on the specific needs and strengths of his students. I would talk about how I deal with him as a professional and take a strengths-based approach for him. So the way that I think about it is, if you're working on something for 10,000 hours, think about coming at it from a weakness point of view, where if I was a singer and wanted to get better and spent 10,000 hours practicing my singing, I would never be as good as I would if I practiced, let's say, my public speaking skills. I would get much better at that because that's something that I already come to with a strength. And so helping him to realize that just like I help him to grow as a learner, we take those strengths and we push them further. I want him to do that with his students as well. Of course, we've got to come by and help them to shore up those issues that they're not doing so well at, but we bring those up to expectation, and then we lead with helping him to grow and master those strength areas. So making sure that he, instead of dismissing or labeling his students, encouraging him to reflect on their backgrounds and experiences, helping him to see the value of and recognize and appreciate the diversity in the classroom, and to create a more inclusive and engaging environment in his classroom. And to address Logan's specific concerns about students like Jamal and Maria, I would ask some thoughtful questions. As a coach, I'm a questioner. That's what I do. I question until I can bring it out in him. So I believe that the knowledge is in the room, and if I ask the right questions, I can guide him to get where he needs. I can guide anyone to get where they need to go, and then I can put in my own ideas and thoughts as well, based on my experience and my wisdom. So some questions I might ask is, how might Jamal's behavior and attitude be influenced by his background? What strategies could we implement to create a supportive and inclusive environment where Maria feels more comfortable in participating? And how can we tap into her strengths, both of their strengths, to provide opportunities for them to contribute? So making sure that Logan is implementing these DEI and CRTL practices in the classroom, I'd offer some additional strategies. So talking to him about the fact that kids need to see their culture represented in their experiences as learners. They need to see role models who have the same color skin that they have, people who might have come from their neighborhoods or backgrounds, people who have the same cultural or upbringing as they do, and celebrating those differences among students in the classroom. I think that's very, very important, and we'll talk about that. Also sharing resources on differentiated instruction. So talking about the needs of differentiating instruction through grouping strategies, content, process, and product, making sure that maybe that's at a higher level or a lower level when needed. And then also recommending attending professional development sessions focused on culturally responsible teaching to help him to gain that practical strategy and insight from experts in the field. Helping him to know that you don't come in being an expert, you do it by growth and the steps that you take along the way. And he's on a great path to getting there.